Off they go, and here it starts, the inaugural Rock and Roll Marathon and Half Marathon here in Las Vegas. Wow. Amazing Tigers, you stop with Rick Thomas and his own show for the Hero Resort and Casino right here in.
And right now, that guy right there is the clubhouse leader of the Rock and Roll Las Vegas Marathon. Hey, congratulate him. And they can never take that away from him.
Number 2446. Go play those numbers over at the casino.
They may well be scraping him off the pavement in a few miles, but right now he's the man with the fireworks overhead. This fireworks show is going to go on for about 25 minutes, we're told, and it'll take almost, they say, almost a half hour just to get everybody across the line. And you see how they did that right there? They set off about 5,000 people, then they sort of took maybe just a few beats, let a little space open up, and then they set the next wave off. And see how look how organized that is. It's just enough. In the past, in all these marathons, it'd be one gun, one start, and they would all just jam up on one another. Okay. Now this organization is so excellent that they've figured out to just split second. Okay, just about a 15-second break. Boom, send off that next wave, and everyone gets a little bit of a nice pocket in which to get themselves up and running so they don't jam up on one another.
Now, you've announced the Boston Marathons and New York Marathons. Do they do that as well? They stagnate the start like this?
They do, and because what happened was, in order to pack that many people, they have like 42,000 people in New York City. Now, Boston remains special because you have to qualify in order to get into Boston. Now, they do have a separate category for the 30 runners, so they have 25,000 people. But Boston starts out on the suburbs in a little two-lane road out in Hopkins, Massachusetts. Well, the time they opened up time qualifying at Boston to try to restrict the crowd because they didn't think they could hold 1,000 people back in 1970.
Oh, I bet.
All they did was give people a goal to shoot for, and so the crowds kept coming and running faster and faster. But you have to stagger them like this in order to put as many people on the grid as they do have.
We were walking down past some runners on the way here, and I heard someone ask another runner, okay, what do you need to get to Boston? What does your time be? So obviously people trying to...
Well, 3 hours and 20 minutes. You need to run under 3:20 for men of a certain age group, 3 hours and 30 minutes for certain women. In the old days, back in our day, you had to break 2 hours and 50 minutes in order to qualify to get into Boston. So Boston is many ways the People's Olympics. You really got to be just a runner. You just can't just sign up and run the Boston Marathon, now, which is now 113 years old as we begin the inaugural Rock and Roll Las Vegas.
Now, there are a lot of folks who like the Las Vegas race because it's generally a flat course, and they can get a good time here. They like the St. George Marathon because of a downhill course. But these are two good marathons to get a good time at, I would think.
Right, exactly. And as long as the wind is down, I mean, that's traditionally been sort of the rap on Las Vegas. It's dead flat and the weather's cool enough, but the wind will also stand you up. So if the wind never goes down, and the kind of fields now the competitor group in rock and roll is inviting here, this could really be a blisteringly fast course. And we've already seen, I'm sure the first mile of this women's race is the fastest first mile, or the fastest mile ever run by a woman in Las Vegas.
Really? Wow.